4 or 5 different types. I had an S-tine, I had a rigid John Deere, I had a Buffalo, I had a Lily, what do you call it? The rolling finger thing. Lillison, yeah. And there'd be some days I would hook on all 4 of them and try them and see which one would do the best job. It kind of came down to Buffalo is the cultivator that seems to work all around the best for me. So now this is the cultivator that is set up for first cultivation. About the only thing that I've done right now is I did use it for a second cultivation. So I did move these
bar off discs.
I did move them out a little bit. Normally I have them set about 7 inches apart. So when the soybeans and corn are really small, I can get pretty close. But then as the crop gets bigger, like with soybeans, I move them out a little bit if I still want to cut away. So this one is set up. I'm cutting the crop, I'm cutting the dirt away, the weeds away, and then the sweep in the back there is undercutting everything in between and maybe throwing a little dirt back to the crop. Now one thing that I think I need to go back to, and this was a trick my dad learned from other guys that were using the Buffalo cultivator. They put a tire, they put a small tire on the sweeps, and so as that soil is boiling off the sweep, if you're going along, it only gets thrown so far. Because if you leave that sweep too long, then you may be cutting out some of your crops. So I have them, sized right for what I need, but I'm not getting that soil flowing out far enough. And besides, that soil could be kind of lumpy. So by putting that tire on there, it kind of breaks the crumbles or the clods down to a finer soil, and then it flows more to the crop. I'm going to have to go back to that because I think some of these grass issues and things that I'm having is because I'm not getting enough dirt thrown back on these cultivations.
That's a rubber tire on the shank?
The tire goes on the shank.
Over top of the sweep.
And so after it actually fills a little with dirt and it kind of holds itself down. And then as you're pulling it along, it just pushes that dirt out further. But it's not throwing big, unless you're really cultivating rocks up, it'll help push that dirt out to the crop. Because a lot of times I just can't quite get that to throw enough dirt right up to the, up to the plant.
Would that be a speed issue though?
What's that?
Would that be a speed issue?
It could be a speed issue, but then sometimes then you get that soil flying so fast that it knocks your crop away. So I think I can see at a slower speed, but I get that extra push.
You still use the shield on the second pass?
What's that?
You still use the shield on the second pass?
The shield will go up and down as I need them.
How late will you cultivate beans in the idea so that you don't undercut roots with those deals?
Well, see, this will be done at an early stage when the beans are like bushing out about so far. That's about as late as I go because I figure they're starting the roots. Well, even with the first cultivation, I'm wondering, am I getting some roots?
Because the older timers like your dad, they used to call it laying by. Right. And so they'd wait till the beans would get like that, and they go a year faster, and they just haul ass and throw it.
Right.
But
We did that with corn.
Yeah.
We did that with corn. Okay, so this is my cultivator set up for first time. Over here.